Hello everyone, Chuppergaming here. Welcome back to my channel. Dark War Survival. You all have seen me play in this game before, but I was just giving you a basic overview around it. I'm gonna surprise you, but actually I've been playing the game for almost a week, and really the game is so fun and so enjoyment to be playing. I'm gonna give you a deep look over the game and have an information around everything related to it, so you can be getting yourself ready in case if you decided to be joining me into the game and to be prepared for what to be expecting and everything around the game. So let's just check it out and get you ready for the adventure. So we're starting with the buildings. The buildings is having a different style in here compared to Make a Domination or many other games. The first one going to be the Watchtower is something is familiar. We have in the Watchtower, it's the core of the village. It's the main building you will be working around upgrading as much as possible. And it will be require you to be working on any other buildings in order to be able to upgrade it. And then we have in the houses or the dorm. Here you will be needing to be collecting survivals. They will be coming to your village asking you for shelter and such. So the dorm gonna be the houses where they will be staying in. So you need to be upgrading and building all the dorms available into the city. They are having the max level of level 10, and when entering the buildings, you'll see there is furnitures. This furnitures is not just for decoration, it's actually to be increasing the outcome from the survivals. The survival come to you, and in exchange for shelter, they work for you to get you resources, food, wood, energy, and such. So it's really gonna be helping out to be upgrading this building. As an example, I'm having this one to be upgrading. So when I'm upgrading this one, you saw that we have in the time, which is the interval between resource production or stat enhancement to when survivals interact, as well as attributes. This gonna be helping out the survivals to be feeling better, to be able to be boosting the outcome from it. And then we have in the other buildings around here, we have in the infirmary, kitchen, and such. This is focusing more over the building into or the survival into the city. So upgrading all of them and upgrading the buildings that is inside or the furniture's gonna be helping out in the long term. Checking out, as you can see, I'm upgrading here. It's increasing the time as well as the production. So that's the reason of why it's extremely important to be upgrading this one and not just look to it like it's just an extra thing, not really gonna be helping out, but it's actually helping big time. And then we have in the adventure or the skim page, we can call it. This one is the first thing to do. So to be able to actually unlock all these buildings down here. All this area is locked by the fog, and to be able to unlock it, you need to be clearing the skim page. It starts from this point here, and through the way you will be getting resources, recruitment tickets, which is tickets to be used to be summoning heroes, as well as extra resources. And this building is here focusing on the outer area, like the hunting zombies, rallies, fighting, PvP, and such. So this is how the buildings in the game unlocked, especially when we go further more over this area, I mean. So we have in the radio station, which is where we're gonna be recruiting the heroes. And here, this is the main area where we're going to be getting heroes. When you're clearing the skim page for the first time in the first few days, you'll be collecting fragments for heroes as well. So don't worry about the part with heroes. And then we have in the buildings in the bottom right here. This going to be focusing on speeding up the process of upgrading or research or training. Like we can take as an example the library. The library is focusing on the research speed, and it increased by 0.1%. And then we have in the constructions hall, this is increasing the speed for the constructions or the buildings. And then we have in the troops skim page. Here we're going to be training the troops that we're gonna be using, hospital, research. So this is basically the same like any other of the buildings. And then we have the the looting, and well, we can call it like you're sending out your cars or your troops to be collecting resources for you. And then moving on to the heroes. The heroes, there is three rarities as well as three factions. We have in the rare, epic, and legendary. As well as for the factions, we have in the shooters, fighters, and the riders. Each one of them is countering the other. The shooter is countering the fighter is countering the rider, and the rider is countering the shooters. And there is the equipments, of course, for the gears. We have skills for them, each one of them having 4 skills, and each skill is upgradable as well. And every 5 levels for the skill, you're gonna get an additional stat. For level 5, you're gonna get an additional damage, and it's the same for all of them. The percentage is the only thing that's gonna be different. Even the rare is actually having the same, dealing additional damage. And every skill is connected as well to a level. The first one, the second one, when you have the hero to level 15, the third level 30, and the last one gonna level 4, plus 4 stars. So this is something to be aware of. For the training center is where you will be having the extra heroes having the lowest level among the 5 instructor or the 5 main heroes. So here is kinda, you will be duplicating the level from the lowest one in your main team to be giving it to all the heroes that will be in this area over here. This is something will be needed later on. Look into that one of the events we have gonna be connected to each faction. And then we have in the survival trials. This is basically gonna be the first 7 days progress event where you will be required to be, let's say, to be using every single resource you have to be completing this, as you're gonna be getting Cecilia hero, and she's really one of the great hero to be starting with in the early game. And then for the level of the VIP, if you're having the VIP level activate, you're gonna get some extra resource, which is the orange versatile hero fragment. Is gonna be used to be increasing the star level or the quality of the hero. Like if we check the heroes here, you can see we can be starring up, and this star up gonna be require fragments for the same hero, or we can be using the extra or replacement for the shards to be increasing the stats for the hero as well. Moving on to the next one, going to be the premium center. Basically, here going to be the one where we will be including all the paid events, recharge reward for the amount of rewards, or recharging gonna get some extra reward. And then we have in the lucky chest, it's a different event than the one you will be seeing in the first days, legendary battle pass, and some extra paid events which will be helping you with the part of progressing into the game. It's not required, as some of the events here we have in the progression battle pass, it's the free one of it going to give you heroes and heroes fragments too. If you decided to be getting the paid one, you will be getting fragments for the heroes that will be used to be increasing the star, as well as food to be leveling them up. So it's really gonna be worth it. I'm gonna talk as well in a separate video about how to be spending wisely your money into the game to get the best profit out of it. In this icon or this arrow here, you will be seeing all the buildings that can be used or can be having it working. We have in the constructions and the troop training. We have in the adventure and tech research. For the constructions or building and the resource, you'll be able to get an extra one for the building. You need to be buying it. It's I think it's $4. And then we have it for the research. It's connected to the VIP level. And then we have in the alliance. It's one of the things that will be really important in the start. Moving on to the world. Here you will see that there is a zombies to be hunting around, and the resources buildings. It's including almost everything, but not the food. If we check here, we press on it, you'll see that all the resources that you will be using, but the food, only way to be getting it is from either the resources boxes or from the shelter or the village. And then we have this one here, the radar, where you will be hunting some objects, going to give you some extra resource, and really it's a great way to be collecting for the hero's fragments. Especially if you're free to play, this is going to be really one of the best sources for you to be getting fragments for the heroes. And then we have in the car recruitment. Here, basically, send the cars to get some resource for you. It can be looted by other players. It cannot be, but it's just some extra resource. The events tab here, it's including the faction trial, which I said that it will be required to actually have more heroes from the same faction as it will be needed. Each faction is only possible to be using the same faction heroes. You can't use any others. And then we have in the shop, which connected to how far you go in this one to be collecting this currency, the trial badges. And then we have in other events too. And then we have in the event calendar. Here you can be seeing exactly when gonna be having a new event, so you can be planning how to use the resource. It's really a good way to be keep tracking of this one, so you'll be having a plan on how to be playing and use your resources. So basically, guys, that's all around the game, how to be progressing into it, and literally everything related to it. There will be more videos coming to it. I'm going to talk about everything in a separate videos to be explaining it in a further or in a deeper explanation, so you have an overview around it and how to be progressing and use it in the best way to be giving the best value to you. That's all, guys, for this video. Make sure to be liking it, subscribe to the channel, and if you're having any other thoughts, any opinions, any advice to me, make sure to be dropping it in the comments. I'll be more than happy to hear your opinions, and have a happy gaming time. See you all with another video. Till then, take care and enjoy your game.